I see a lot of Andy Bernard hate.
Fuck all the Jim and Pam haters.
The older woman who's an alcoholic.
I fell in love with Pam in season 1. I love Pam.
Welcome to Lower in the Bar. I'm your host, Vibs. You know what the worst part about the bar is? They're mentors. Flying around all scary, sucking your soul out of your body, and they hurt. That's the worst part about the bar. The best part about the show, The Office, is the characters. So today, Barstool bloggers rank them. Who they'd want to work with, who they'd be friends with, even who they would want to get cucked by. Essential knowledge. Let's check it out. Tommy Smokes, welcome back to Lower in the Bar.
Thanks for having me back.
You look great. I love the glasses.
Yeah, I do. Here's the thing. Sometimes I'm a little self-conscious of how I look in glasses. But with COVID running rampant, I don't want my fingers in my eyes that much for my contacts that I put in every day. So I'm going to go with this Clark Kent kind of look for now. I can't see myself right now. My Zoom isn't working. But if you say I look great, I'll take your word for it.
Brandon Walker, welcome to Lower in the Bar.
Hi.
How have you been doing during quarantine?
Poorly.
So have you been binging any TV shows over break? Not break, over quarantine.
I just started a new show on Netflix last night that I really enjoyed, Money Heist. It's a little annoying because it's in Spanish, so it's dubbed over in English, but you get used to it. Great plot. I'm really looking forward to watching it again tonight.
A lot of the typicals. New Girl, actually, a lot.
A lot of Magic and Counting Trains. I just started The Sopranos for the first time ever.
I've just been watching Twitter, I think. Now that you pose it like that, I've watched nothing but Twitter. I watched Tiger King, obviously.
Have you been watching any television shows to try to
Did we not just go through the whole Money Heist thing?
We did. Are you a fan of The Office? Is that like one of the comfort shows you watch?
Unpopular opinion. I've always enjoyed it. I'm like, okay, it's on whatever. But it's to the point where people who are super into it are like Disney adults to me now, where I'm like, oh my God, enough already. Holy shit.
Do you watch The Office still?
Yeah.
It's like one of those comfort shows when you're falling asleep.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
In quarantine, a lot of people binge shows. The Office, like you said, is a comfort show. So we're going to give you some scenarios with some Office characters, and you can fill in how you would react to this scenario. So who are your top 3 favorite characters?
Top 3 favorite characters on The Office are Dwight Schrute, Michael Scott, and Creed Bratton. I think pound for pound, Creed Bratton has the highest batting average in The Office.
I'm a Nard Dog guy. I
Okay,
like
hey.
Andy Bernard. I think he's hilarious.
I feel like Stanley needs to get more love because he really, like you said, he comes in and he kind of gives the good facial expressions, gives a couple good lines, and then he kind of fades away for a little bit, which is good. He's like a surprise pop-in for really funny moments.
I am so team Jim and Pam, and all the fucking haters out there that hate him make me like him every more. Believe in love one time for me. The internet is such a dark, terrible place. I love that there's actually some love out there. So fuck all the Jim and Pam haters.
Of these 3 characters, who do you see yourself in most? Toby, Gabe, Charles Minor.
Fuck, those are just 3 terrible. Gabe is my least favorite character in TV show history, maybe. I just hate
He's
everything.
up there.
This is an imaginary game. I'm not going to just put myself as Toby. I'll put myself as fucking Idris Elba.
Mississippi State needs a quarterback. Of the Office characters, who are you taking at quarterback?
Ooh, sneaky athletic. Kevin Malone.
Kevin Malone in his prime, yeah.
Kevin Malone, prime Kevin Malone. The Office ruined Kevin Malone. They turned him into a bumbling idiot at the end, but he was a really good basketball player. He's a good athlete. He knows sports. I'm going Kevin Malone.
If you could do one impression of anyone from The Office, who would it be?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah. Kevin, yeah.
Have you tried to do a Kevin impression?
This is my first time now, so you got to bear with me here.
Absolutely. No, we're workshopping it.
Holly gave me quarters. Quarters to go through the vending machine. I'm gonna get goldfish because I like the way that I can toss them in my mouth like it's in water. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's very good. It's like an open mic. You never know what you're going to... It's an improv open mic. That was great.
Yeah.
I was trying to think... It was the first time you did it. There were times where I was hearing maybe a Coach O come in. I was trying to think who I was hearing come in. Of all of the Office characters, who would you let watch your kids?
My first answer, I always go back to my favorite character, Creed. He would sell my kids on the black market within 24 hours of having them in his hand.
He'd be like, you know how much a child heart can go for? A little bit more than like a baboon heart, but
Yep.
You get to go on a business trip for a weekend with any character from The Office. Who you taking?
Stanley, Florida Stanley. We're going business trip. We're hitting Tampa. We're renting a red convertible. We're putting on Hawaiian shirts and fedoras, and we're tearing up the strip.
What character from The Office would you have watch sport?
Oh, Pam.
Pam.
I feel like Pam's the only one that I would trust as Spork.
Right. Angela, big cat person. But
Yes.
I don't want to have to deal with her attitude, if you will.
I don't want her here. I'll do a podcast with her remote, but I would rather Pam be the cat lady for sure.
You're moving back to Mississippi to start a worm farm. What 4 Office characters are you taking with you?
Taking Dwight Schrute because his farming expertise he's going to be able to run it for me. He is passionate about farming and managing. I am taking Oscar Martinez because I believe he can handle the numbers for me. I'll just finish it out with Jim and Pam. I feel like Jim and Pam give my operation a nice center, and I feel like one of the best staples of The Office is Jim pranking Dwight, and that would be a worm farm is a great pranking situation.
If you had to have one Office character cuck you, who would it be? Like, who would be the most fun option?
Ryan, just because I'd love to beat the shit out of him. I've hated. He's my least favorite fictional character ever.
If you had to rename one of your kids after an Office character, what would you name them?
Okay, this one I can go with my guy Creed Bratton because he named himself Creed Bratton. He chose the name Creed Bratton in real life. Did you ever hear that story?
That's an alpha move. If you had to work at the Barstool office around Office characters, what 3 people would you pick as your desk mate?
Oh, as my desk mate. Stanley, because I feel like Stanley just kind of minds his own business. I'm a big Stanley person. I feel like even not as a huge Office stan, I stand for Stanley.
Roan is sick and can't go on for Pup Punk. Who are you picking to be the lead singer?
Okay, from the show The Office. Oh, Andy Bernard. I love Andy's voice.
Great
But
voice.
Whenever he does the acapella, what was her name? He's just doing the when he's playing the banjo at the Christmas party. Not the banjo. It's something similar to a banjo, but I think it's of Middle Eastern descent.
Hypothetical question. Dave just left Barstool. A new boss is coming in. Of these 3, who is the new El Presidente? Todd Packer, Ryan Howard, or D'Angelo Vickers? You can pick any 3.
I'll go with D'Angelo Vickers. I think that character gets a lot of heat because it's compared to Michael Scott, which is obviously impossible shoes to fill. But I think Will Ferrell's really funny, and I think the character had his moments. So I'll go Todd Packer. No, too loud and shit. Ryan Howard, a little bit of a hot shot for my liking. So we'll go with D'Angelo Vickers. I feel like I may not have been on my game, but if not, it's because I'm really disoriented.
Tommy, you were great.
Hey, you were great.
You bring it every time. You're usually the first person we do this with, and you bring it every time.
I'm blushing, and I can't. You can see that I'm not blushing. Like if I was, I don't know, whatever.